Hey guys, so a couple days ago, I finally went and saw the new spy thriller, Red Sparrow. I again, it's one of those I've been busy and I haven't had the time to do a review for it, and just like I'm just sitting there thinking, oh shit, I never did a review for Red Sparrow. Like it's just like I have very really limited amount of time to do these reviews, and it's just like anymore, and I just don't like half the time don't feel like after a long day I usually don't have any desire to do them, but um this was a movie that I thought looked fine from the trailers. It's one of those movies that, again, I've said this about like a lot of fucking movies over the last couple months. I was just happy to finally see it come out, because I was tired of getting this trailer all the fucking time. I had this trailer almost nonstop. And between this and Annihilation, and I forget what other fucking trailers I've said I've gotten. I said, man, when is this movie ever going to come out? Now I'm like getting like stuff like Sicario too. That don't come out until fucking summer, so I'm gonna be getting that trailer for fucking ever. Which I don't really want to see that movie, but like it's a lot of movies. It's a lot of trailers for a lot of movies that I really want to see. But at the same time, by the time they do come out, I'm gonna be so fucking tired of them that, like, I don't ever want to, like, I have my desire to see them has diminished. But yeah, like Red Sparrow, it looked fine. It looked like a mixture of the movie Salt with Angelina Jolie mixed in with like Atomic Blonde. It was the best way I can put it. It didn't look bad. It just looked like another spy thriller. I'm a fan of spy thrillers when done right. I was from the director of the last three Hunger Game movies. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like he also made Constantine. I forget what other movies he's made, but those are the ones I remember him making. But I'm like, yeah, that's all right. Not a bad director. It's got a great cast in it. I'm like, this should be fine. And yeah, this movie's been getting like middle of the road reviews and everything else like that. But by the end of this movie, I was like, you know what? I generally like this movie. Yeah, this movie has balls, I'll say that. Jesus Christ, this is a movie that earns its fucking R rating. It's a pretty visceral fucking movie. It does not pull fucking punches in this fucking film. Jennifer Lawrence is her character is she starts out, she's like this Russian ballerina who like is really successful and really well loved in Russia, and she during a ballet, she basically breaks her leg. Her partner that she is doing the ballet with breaks her leg on accident. It appears to be an accident, and her career is over. And basically, she's in a lot of trouble financially because her mom is very sick with some kind of illness that's never really explained. I guess cancer. And her uncle offers her a job. He works in the Russian government and to do some illegal things, and she ends up doing them so that her mom can basically get the health insurance that the ballet was providing her, and continue to have that health insurance. And she ends up becoming a Red Sparrow, which is a form of seductress that basically a government seductress that will basically get information out of people that the Russian government wants. And Jennifer Lawrence is good. Like I said, she is good. It is funny her trying to do a Russian accent. It is like kind of funny because a lot of the actors in this movie are not really attempting to do a Russian accent. It really sounds like not Jeremy Irons, not like a lot of the other ones. Jennifer Lawrence is the only one that kind of tries to do a Russian accent and is not doing that great of a job. But I'm used to that in fucking movies nowadays. Like, the accents are terrible usually nowadays. It's convenient. Pretty much everybody in this fucking movie mostly speaks American English. But yeah, like, Jennifer Lawrence is really good. I like her in this movie as this, she's a three-dimensional character. She's trying to, take care of her mother and doing all these horrible things just to take care of her mother. And part of, like, the mystery throughout this movie is like, because it's a spy thriller, I half expected, like, you weren't really sure what side she was on. But by the end of the movie, it's pretty clear. Pretty much throughout the whole movie, it's pretty clear cut whose side she really is on, and it makes sense in the grand scheme of things that she would be on this side. Yada yada. What ends up happening? It makes sense for the most part. Like, what the decisions that she makes, because she is first and foremost trying to take care of her mother and doing any means necessary to do it. You got Joel Edgerton as this American CIA agent that is working with somebody in the Russian government, getting information. Like, that's the whole mystery, that she has to try to seduce Joel Edgerton to get this information out of him, or who his mole in the Russian government is. That's like the whole mystery about the whole movie. Like, who is this mole? It's, who's he working with? Yada yada yada. Will she get the information? And like, I like Joel Edgerton. Like, he's a fantastic actor, one way or another. The one thing I fucking loved about this movie is that, like I said, this movie pulls no punches. It is pretty hard to fucking sit through sometimes. This movie's like 2.5 hours of just brutal, visceral violence. It pulls fucking zero punches, like I said. Like, between that scene where Jennifer Lawrence breaks her fucking leg, that was pretty fucking, oh god, that was terrible. And the ballerina scene, to the non-stop, I'm not making this up, I've seen other people bring this up, but the non-stop rape scenes in this fucking movie, Jesus Christ, there's like, I don't know how many, like 3 or 4? Like, rape scenes or attempted rape scenes in this fucking thing, and it's all Jennifer Lawrence. Poor girl, man. Like, Jesus Christ, she takes like a fucking brutal beating. Like I said, the rape scenes. I'm not a fan of rape scenes whatsoever. And there's one thing I forgot to say about Death Wish that I liked about the remake, more than I did in the original, is that at least they took out that fucking rape scene that was really fucking unnecessary. I hate rape scenes. I generally just don't like at all rape scenes in fucking movies. But it's also how you present it, how you do it, like what does it have a fucking point? For this movie, it does. Like, it results in Jennifer Lawrence kind of being a badass and getting her vengeance pretty quickly on the people that are trying to rape her or attempting to rape her. Like, that scene where her initial assignment that her uncle gives her is to basically seduce this member of the Russian government who has, like, kind of been obsessing over her since she's been a ballerina. And the scene that follows is her going to this hotel and trying to seduce him, and then he basically forces himself on her. And what ends up happening is pretty much almost a fucking scene similar to the scene in fucking Gone Girl. Maybe not as extreme. That one with the scene of Neil Patrick Harris. I'm talking about a scene of fucking Neil Patrick Harris and her just blood all over her by the end of the scene. But Jesus Christ, man. I know that's probably a deal breaker for a lot of people. Like I said, I'm not a fan of rape scenes whatsoever in this fucking movie, but yeah, I could have dealt with a lot, like maybe not as excessively in this fucking movie, but it's like there is it's somewhat a point to him, and like I said, she gets her revenge. She like it's not full on 15 minutes or 10 minutes of fucking rape scenes like some movies do, but it's like it's like weird as hell. Like I had no idea that was gonna fucking happen. I mean, I knew this movie's about a woman that's being taught how to seduce men and all that stuff like that to get information out of them, but still, Jesus Christ. Like I said, this movie is like visceral, violent. It's fucking violent as hell. Like that's torture scene of Joel Edgerton towards the end is pretty fucking intense. If the fucking skin peeler, god damn, that was fucking awful. The idea, like they don't really show you just the sounds of it. It's like fuck you, man. And like I said, this movie is really good. It's like I love the fucking that it has the balls to just be unapologetic and just violent as shit. In this movie, I haven't. It's been a while since I've seen a spy movie that's fucking violent. It is really fucking violent. Like I said, it's 2.5 hours. That's one thing. It is 2.5 hours, and like I wasn't bored, but I like at all. But it's like, man, this is like a pretty long movie. I watched this right before the Oscars. I went and saw this right before the Oscars, and it was like, whew, that was a long movie to sit for. Yeah, like it wasn't boring. Like I was curious as to where it was going, like what the end game of this movie. I had no idea where the fuck it was going to end, how this movie was going to end. Honestly, it had me intrigued. Then I will say, if there's anything I can complain about, it's really, it seems like a lot of the twists, no, not the twist, but the realizations that a lot of characters come up with seem to come out of nowhere. How they come to certain conclusions, without getting to spoilers, how characters come to certain conclusions kind of comes out of fucking nowhere. Like, how he figures out she's a Red Sparrow kind of really comes out of fucking nowhere. I still don't know how Joel Edgerton figures out she's a Red Sparrow. I'm not 100% certain on how the hell he figured that out. I mean, yeah, he did a background check, but how the hell did he come up with that? And also the part towards the end when there's a final twist at the end, like, I won't get into spoilers. I can't talk about getting the spoilers, so I'm not going to. But it really it's like really a convoluted mess of how to explain how they get to a certain point towards the end of the movie. Like I say, I don't want to get into spoilers, but it's like it's like I said, this is nothing like that's gonna break the mold as far as spy movies. But like I said, I can't remember the last time I've seen a pretty hard R spy thriller like this in a long damn time. Like this was a lot harder of an R than like fucking Atomic Blonde or any of that shit. Yeah, it earned, like I said, it earns its fucking R rating. I recommend the movie. If you're not into rape scenes, yeah, it might be a little bit of a deal breaker. Like I said, I'm not a fan of them either, but it depends on the context of them. Like I said, I could have dealt without, like I said, there's like 3 or 4 fucking scenes of that, which is a little fucking excessive, but, yeah. But yeah, like I said, I recommend the movie. It's not a boring sit. It is 2.5 hours, so expect to be there for a while. But like I said, it intrigued me enough that I wasn't bored whatsoever. Like I was curious as to what the end game of this movie was going to be. Yeah, so I recommend that. Trailers. The hell did I get in front of this? What the hell? Love, Simon. This is a trailer I've finally gotten. I've been hearing about this movie like incessantly for over the last month or so because one, I kept in my movie theater lobby. I kept seeing a poster of this movie, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, I was like, it just kept being there, and I'm like, one of those movies is like, I don't know what that is. It looks like something I probably would never fucking see, but oh well, just pretty much put it off my mind because it was like I said, looked like something just from the poster it looked like something like fuck that. It looks like this one of those teenage dramas or comedies I'd have no time for to go see. And then I heard about what it was about, and I'm like, oh, okay. So if you don't know what it's about, it's a romantic comedy about a gay kid and who is a closeted gay kid in high school who hasn't told his parents, is afraid to tell his parents, and he comes across online another kid at his school who is gay, but he don't know who it is. He's trying to figure out who it is. I'm like, this could end very badly. It's like, yeah, this could end very badly. It could end up being a fucking pedophile, but not saying gay people are. I'm not even in a discussion. Just being realistic. But it's like, yeah. Like I said, I can see why this has got a lot of attention. I think this is the first romantic comedy I think ever with a gay couple or a gay theme or gay characters. Awesome, like they're the main characters, and I'm like, that's awesome. We're in a progressive society, and I'm fine with that. I'm sure this is gonna be one of those movies that fucking the alt-right Christians are gonna be fucking furious with, which makes me want to go see this movie even more just to support this shit. I hope people do, just to piss off the Republicans and the fucking the ultra religious people on the right. Go see it. That didn't look. It didn't look bad. Like I said, not take that away from it. It didn't look bad. Nothing about it looked really bad. It looked like your typical romantic comedy. It just happened to be about a gay kid. And then talking about something that's not fucking doesn't look good. Truth or Dare. I fucking forgot this was something that's coming out. I saw a trailer for this like a few months ago, and I'm like, yeah, that looks like a bunch of pile of shit. And it still does. It's a fucking horror movie about Truth or Dare. The game of Truth or Dare. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? It should be shot in the fucking head. It is from Blumhouse. Blumhouse is like one of those studios. They're so successful. The only reason they're so successful, you don't know the story, is that the reason why they're so successful is they make good movies. They've made good horror movies, but they made a lot of bad horror movies too. Is that the reason why they're so successful is that they make these movies on such a cheap budget that they make their money back very fucking easily. So this is probably going to make its money back because of it. But at the same time, this looks like one of Blumhouse's really bad ones. It looks really horrible. The fucking smile effects looks terrible. It looks awful. Everything about this movie, just who the fuck asked for this? Like, no one. It's like, that looks really terrible. Like, a Truth or Dare movie. Maybe it'll be like Wish Upon, where it was fucking so bad it was funny. I can only hope. If it does end up, maybe I'll go see it. If I hear it's as bad as like Wish Upon and that it's fucking hilarious, I will fucking see it then. But yeah, I don't have fucking any desire to see that shit. And then so that's as far as trailers go. I'll be back in the next few days. There's one movie I forgot to go see that I've been kind of curious about every day. That fucking young adult novel that was turned into a movie that looks just has the weirdest fucking concept I've ever heard for a movie in a long damn time. I'll talk about that when I review it. I had no idea anything about it until like a couple weeks ago when it came out. And then also Strangers, Pray at Night, I'll be seeing. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.